So I'll say it one more time. Reagan-esque free market capitalism, not big government socialism, should appear again and again in tomorrow night's Republican debate at the Reagan Library in Simi Valley. We will see. Joining us now to comment on all of this, Liz Peek, syndicated columnist, Fox News contributor, Monica Crowley, former Assistant Treasury Secretary and host of the Monica Crowley podcast. I got that down pretty good. I mean, really, I want to see some Reagan-esque Trumpian, too, but, you know, we're in the Reagan Library, and he was the guy that sort of restored free market capitalism, and he sure taught me. So I want to see that. I mean, I don't want these candidates to beat around the bush. I don't even care about their 12-point plans. I just want to hear them.
Pro-growth economic policies. And yes, they all will, including you, be at the Reagan Library. But there's an updated version of Reaganomics called Trump economics, right? Which is tax cuts, regulatory relief, unleashing our great energy sector, and fairer trade deals. That delivered a more recent economic boom to every demographic across the country. They all remember it. These candidates, if they're smart, they'll run on a pro-growth economic policy.
I never hear them, though. I mean, maybe I'm picking at nits, but I never really hear them talk about free market capitalism. And, you know, and a year and a half ago, Newt Gingrich coined the term big government socialism, which became very popular, and I think there was an awful lot of truth to it. I never hear them say that either. And I think the public is dying to hear them talk about it.
And I think that was probably the most important message that Ronald Reagan had. His line about, I'm from the government and I'm here to help, that is probably the most telling thing he ever said. Every American shivered when they heard those words, because they have heard it, and they've heard it, and the UAW workers have heard it. Everybody's heard it. They know the government is not helping them. And guess what? Polling shows people don't want the government more involved in their lives, and boy, are they getting involved under Joe Biden. No ceiling fans, no gas stoves. I mean, you name it, the government is right there telling you what to do, Larry, and people don't like that.
Did you enjoy Joe Biden on the UAW picket line today? Did you find that a meaningful moment in your life's experience?
Well, it's a couple of minutes of my life I'll never get back, Larry and Liz, unfortunately. Look, he was forced to go because President Trump is going tomorrow.
Right.
So he had to do this under political duress. He looked like he did not want to be there, but he has always sold himself as the average guy from Scranton who is really plugged into the unions. He's a working man's leader, right? Well, I think he's losing the rank and file. I think he is hemorrhaging support among the working class because he hasn't delivered for them. And they have a very recent point of contrast with President Trump, who spent the 4 years of his first term delivering for the forgotten men and women.
I mean, I think they know, besides the fall in real wages, which is a killer because they haven't had any COLA adjustments in a long time. I mean, they're probably asking too much. I get that. But they didn't have any COLA adjustments. But they know that the Green New Deal is going to kill their jobs.
Well, that's what this strike is all about.
They know that, and right.
And in
it's
fact,
a strike against the Green New Deal.
Even the workers in the picket line, when they were interviewed afterwards by one of the Fox reporters, were saying, hey, it's really about the EV transition. We know this is bad. It's bad for them. It's bad for their union. By the way, Larry, it's bad for America because Americans don't want these cars. They're expensive and is not good for our auto industry.
Yes to all the things you just said. I'm just dying to ask this last question. We can have a one-sentence response, okay? We, lots of people hear that the Democrats are going to take down Joe Biden for health or whatever reasons, and Michelle Obama is going to be the candidate of the party. Monica Crowley.
Yes, so CPAC, March of 2021, I was on the main stage, and I predicted that because my friend Joel Gilbert, who has produced a great documentary, was the original person to postulate this. Michelle Obama 2024 is the documentary.
We'll get to it in greater
detail. I think
detail,
the odds are increasing, yes.
Liz Peek, what do you think?
She's the one candidate that would be terrifying because she comes with a full-blown fundraising apparatus. She's the most popular woman in America. If Democrats can convince her to run, it'd be a great choice for them.
All right. We're going to revisit this a little
I hope so.
down the road. Thank you, ladies. Liz Peek and Monica Crowley, we appreciate it very much.